Overview. This is a discourse for those individuals that are struggling with questions regarding their own existence, their own place in this world. It's for those that are searching for answers that they believe are out there. It's for those that had their faith shaken with inconsistency, with irrational explanations, or who have had their sincere inquiry rebuked with scant statements such as, "Some things you simply have to take on faith," from well-intentioned individuals. It's for those that have an inner sense that something is missing in their life, but they can't quite put their finger on it. It's for those that have reached a dead end in their search for happiness, those struggling and suffering through their day-to-day existence, looking for some peace of mind, some insight to pull them out of their well of darkness. Just to be clear, the aim here is not directed at the conventional mind, our relative mind. We're not interested in plowing through and digging up past moments. One is not being asked to look into the past. You are being asked to look at the present, at consciousness, at now. As a result of this point of focus, misconceptions and confusions that one is currently carrying will simply come to mind, and when truth, your truth, is realized, the lie or erroneous view that is causing the persistence of the misconception will simply vanish. That is the mechanism behind, "Then you will know, and the truth will set you free," as stated in the Bible, John chapter 8, verse 32. You're no longer tethered to the misconception. So the aim here is to present ideas within the conventional mind that act as signposts or pointers that suggest a direction to focus your attention within consciousness, that will allow you to see beyond the conventional mind and experience your own inner knowingness. I know that's a lot to take in, but the truth of the matter is, as consciousness, as awareness, you already know. The words presented here are not quote-unquote truth. The words and language here are my imperfect, but hopefully expedient way of directing attention onto your truth, onto that which is already known and can be experienced by you, but may simply have been obscured or by misconceptions. One already possesses all the answers they've been looking for. Truth is not something outside of oneself. Truth is truth. It's the only constant, despite its formless quality. It's what allows for the quality of appearance and the experience of our reality. So what needs to be made clear up front is, it's you that have all the answers. Perhaps you will read or hear something stated in this discourse and just know it's true, or come across a passage that's not so clear and have to struggle with it a bit because it's a new idea or it conflicts with some currently held belief. It's important to realize ahead of time that this is going to happen. Doubt, conflicting ideas are going to arise as sure as I'm putting down these words, because you are going to come face to face with erroneous views, assumptions, and misconceptions that may have been simply taken for granted as being true, that have never really been fully examined or need to be re-examined, and have been persisting and causing some internal conflict. The erroneous views which are held will present themselves because they have been persisting and conflicting with one's own inherent knowingness, with truth. So the key is not to believe anything expressed here as true unless it's true for you, not true according to your beliefs necessarily, but true because where your attention is focused, there's an inner sense of knowingness that resonates within you which is unquestionable. This is very important because we're not addressing directly beliefs, thoughts, memories, or ideas held by and for our conventional minds, this mind that we've been engaged with, along with the limitations of its perceptions. The attempt here is to address you as awareness. We're not trying to add anything to the conventional mind. There is nothing here to believe or put to memory. Simply allow your attention to examine what is being pointed to within your own space of consciousness. Expect a sense of realization to take place at various times, and try to avoid the tendency to figure out what just happened, which will be the natural tendency at first, such is the nature of the conventional mind. It's continually trying to find an explanation for the phenomena that is experienced. Suffice to say that whatever misconception was causing a persistent internal conflict, and you are being tethered to it, is gone, and your own knowingness is brighter. When this occurs, simply stop what you're reading or listening to, and go for a walk or engage in some other activity for a while. Enjoy the experience, and later come back and resume where you left off. This is essential to understand. Consciousness is not endowed with limitations, but it can assume the limitations of what it manifests, associates, or identify with and as. In addition, it can assume the subsequent qualities and characteristics associated with those identifications, but it is never less than consciousness. God, whatever the multiple names and descriptions that have been assigned to divine truth. It's our own erroneous views, misconceptions, and assumptions that have caused our suffering and sense of separation. We create our own reality based on our belief that the perceptions associated with the mind are accurate, and we as consciousness cling to these mental viewpoints as truth. This is an attempt to help clarify and remedy that misconception and shine some light on your own true knowingness.